everyone, and welcome back to Little Tica and Big Eats. My name is Ari, and as always, I'll be your host. And on tonight's family dinner menu, we are making one of the easiest but also very delicious chicken and vegetable soup, A.K.A. Sopa Anaranjada, as we know it. And you guys, this is one of those dishes that is super quick on busy days, or maybe people are not feeling well. So this is definitely some food for the soul. So let's begin. All right, guys. So for this episode, we are going to yet again be using our trusty Instant Pot, which always seems to facilitate everything we cook. So first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and press saute, and we're gonna let our pan begin to heat. We're not filling it up with any water at all just yet, but we are going to go ahead and drizzle in a little bit of our olive oil. Beautiful. Next, as you can see, I have already set up all my ingredients, okay? And today we are going to be working with baby potatoes from the Little Potato Company. That's my favorite brand. I also find this at ShopRite. 4 sliced carrots, the big ones. 3 sliced celery stalks. Half an onion, already sliced. Half a red pepper as well. And half a tomato. Of course, as always, I'm gonna go in with a bunch of cilantro already chopped. And we have our measured 1 cup of rice. So, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and toss all our vegetables right into our Instant Pot. So let's begin with the red peppers. Our carrots, our onions, our celery, our tomatoes, our cilantro, our potatoes, and of course, as always, we're going to be using 2 tablespoons of garlic. So let's place that right in there. Beautiful. Next, we're going to be using 2 tablespoons of our all-time favorite Kerrygold butter. So let's go ahead and cut that out right there. Place it right into the pot. And next, we're going to go in with our ketchup. I am using a little bit of the ketchup and a little bit of my spicy mustard. And I'm going to say that I'm using 1/4 of a cup or 1/4 of a cup. Just go ahead and sprinkle that right in there. Give that spicy brown mustard a good shake. And we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of that, all right? Next, we definitely have our chicken bouillon, 2 packets, a Goya product. Look at me stuttering through this. Okay, and we're gonna sprinkle that right in. Beautiful. A lot of the flavor in this dish is going to come from all our veggies and these packets. Next, we're gonna go in with the Sazon Goya, the achote, the orange pack. Give it a good shake. Tear that off, and we're gonna sprinkle that right in. Beautiful. Oh, let's toss our garbage back there. And we are going to sprinkle half a tablespoon of our sole seasoning our paprika, a tablespoon of ground cumin, a sprinkle of basil leaves, as always, a sprinkle of our lemon pepper, and I did pull out salt and pepper, though I'm not going to be using them because everything else that we've used is already salty enough or has enough sodium, but I will leave them out in case we want to add just a little hint of something at the end when we taste it. Beautiful. Now, our ingredients are all mixed together, but our peppers and onions are at the bottom and they're starting to saute, okay? So next, we are going to grab our cutting board. Our trusty knife, in this case I'm using the big one. And I've already trimmed my chicken breast, in this case I am using 3. So what we're going to do is place that right on our cutting board and we're going to fine slice these breasts, okay? So we're going to place our hand on top, we're going to curl those fingers, and we're looking to slice them about a ½ inch thick, okay? This ensures that we're going to have those perfect little bites in each bite. Beautiful. And that the chicken will cook and be nice and tender along with the rest of the veggies without overcooking the veggies. Beautiful. Now this recipe with the 3 chicken breasts should yield a solid 6 servings, okay? So we're going to slide our knife right under that sliced breast, and we're just going to toss that right in here, right on top of all our veggies. And we're going to repeat that step again for our second breast. Beautiful. We will be accompanying this dish with very plain white basmati rice. Again, the flavor lies in our soup. A.K.A. Sopa Anaranjada, which actually directly translates to orange soup. And I know for a fact that that's a name that my sister and I gave it in our childhood years. And that's all we've ever called it. Here we go. And last but certainly not least, beautiful. This is definitely a go-to, like I mentioned, when we are quite busy, but also when maybe some family members are not feeling too well. So I'll definitely be sending some of this to a couple of family members. Here we go. All right, and we're just gonna grab that chicken and sprinkle it right in there. Now we're just gonna remove this, get it out of our way. And you'll note that we are not going to be using that many dishes in this recipe too, so that's a plus. Let's get rid of these. Now, I'm going to show you guys very carefully. Again, I don't suggest you do this, but I am going to pick it up with my trusty Instant Pot gloves. And this is how it should be looking. Our chicken is topping everything, but it's quite high. It's big. We're almost at that PC Max level, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to place a couple of cups of water into our Instant Pot. We want the water to cover everything by maybe a quarter of an inch or a quarter of an inch to an inch. Let's check it out. So together we're going to add this. 1, beautiful, 2, and we're going to note that I am using my Brita water filter, much more clean water to work with. 3, I do like to add the water after everything has been added in first, like the ingredients, so that we don't overflow. We're on our 4th cup. And I'm going to say we're probably going to need about 2 to 3 more, but let's see. We're on 5. Yeah, maybe about 7. Okay, we're on 6. All right. We're on 7. And we're going to go ahead and grab our trusty wooden spoon and we're going to just stir that together, okay? Let's see if we can submerge everything in this water. Oh, it's already looking beautiful, guys. And I can smell it. We've added all the seasonings that we need. Now, if you like a little extra broth, by all means, add another cup of water. If you like your broth a little thicker, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. But I'm going to let mine sit the way it is because I like it a little more watery. That's looking beautiful, you guys. And now, the water is fully covering our veggies and our chicken. Everything is properly mixed. And I will be adding half a cup just to have some extra juices actually. After all, it is soup, but with lots of content. Beautiful. Now we're going to very carefully grab our lid, make sure that that rubber piece is in there properly, and we're going to place our lid right on. Now, we're going to press cancel. We're going to press meat once again. But this time, we are only going to cook this for 7 minutes. That's the magic of this. It's so quick. So we're going to let it come to the necessary temperature. Let it cook. But while we're at it, guys, we're going to grab our trusty little pot, which, by the way, side note, this is the second to last recipe we're going to be using these babies. But the new set comes in soon. So we are going to go ahead and grab our measuring cup, and we're going to add 2 cups of water to our pot. All right. Next, we're just going to sprinkle in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. This rice we want to be very, very plain, okay? Because our flavor really needs to lie in that soup. So now we're going to grab a spoon and we're just going to give it a little good stir. You are welcome to also add basil leaves, but I'm pretty comfortable with this. So we're going to place it right over our stove top. We're going to light that flame to a very high flame. And we're going to let our rice water come to a boil. So place that lid right back on there. As soon as it comes to a boil, we're going to grab our measured cup of white basmati rice. We're going to toss it in and we're going to lower that flame to a low flame and put our rice to cook for 11 minutes. All right, guys? We'll come back and revisit this. Okay, guys, our water has now come to a rolling boil. So carefully, let's remove that lid. Let's pour that measured 1 cup of rice in there. And we're just going to give it a good stir. Beautiful. And next, we're going to let that come to a little bit of a boil again, all right? But let's note that our Instant Pot is still trying to come to the temperature that is necessary, so we have patience for that. And as always, we use our time wisely, so we cleaned up the very little bit of things that we had to clean up for this recipe. The water's already boiling, so we're going to place our lid right on top. We're going to lower that flame to a really low flame. Beautiful. And we're going to set our timer for those perfect 11 minutes. Now, friendly reminder, if you remember the con rice, then by all means, you're going to set this up for about 14 minutes, okay? So that we can burn a little bit of that rice at the bottom and then have a nice little crunch within our soup. So, I want con. So let me set it up for maybe 13 minutes now, all right? And when that's done, we're just going to remove the pot place it somewhere to cool down, and we'll come back to revisit our Instant Pot soup. Cheers! Alright guys, so now we are already at our favorite part of this video. First and foremost, I want to know that because I wanted kongkong, that crispy burnt rice, I did have to add another 5 minutes to the rice without the lid on, just to burn it a little bit. So let me show you that. We're going to grab our spoon. There's our rice, and that's 1 cup of rice. Guys, it goes a long way, especially basmati rice. So now, you hear that sound at the bottom? The top is perfectly cooked and soft for those that want it that way. But if you're like me and you want some kongkong, we're just going to go ahead with our spoon and lift that kongkong at the bottom. We're going to mix it right into this rice for that nice crunchy bite. Oh, that's beautiful. So, in order not to damage our pot farther, I will be transferring this into a container and then immediately pouring some hot water, some soap into this pan and letting it soak for a little bit, okay? But the rice is looking beautiful. I'm bringing out that kongkong and it's ready. Let's put this right back here. Next, our Instant Pot went off after those 7 minutes. And then we release the pressure, which again takes about 4 minutes. I have taken a picture, which you will see after this clip. And it looks amazing, you guys. It looks delicious, exactly what it was supposed to look like. Now, I won't dare pick it up actually, but we do get to put it together. So we're gonna grab a nice ladle. Oh, where is my ladle? Let's find out. Oh, beautiful. I had already used it. Beautiful, you guys. We're going to go ahead with our ladle. And we're going to scoop out, after giving it a nice stir, oh, a couple of our veggies, a couple of our chicken pieces and potatoes. Everything is perfectly cooked. Nothing has fallen apart. It has a perfect texture. Beautiful. Now this is my husband's serving, so I am definitely making this nice and big. Look at that, guys. Oh, be careful. This is super hot, but check it out. I love the clear containers so you can see everything in there. Look at that. And we are going to sprinkle in some of that rice. But we're going to sprinkle that in right on the side, okay? Rice will absorb some of this soup, so I suggest you don't pour it in until you're ready to serve it, okay? Just put a little bit in there, guys. Also, make sure it cools down so we don't burn our taste buds and we may enjoy this whole meal. And we are going to top it off with a little bit of cilantro. You guys, I'm so excited for this dish. One of the easiest I will ever make, and yet such delicious comfort food. Oh, so beautiful. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a plate because this bowl is going to be really hot, okay? So we're just going to place that right on top so that we may be able to hold it. And so I can come around and show you guys. Let's check it out. Look at that, you guys. There's the side where we added the rice. It's still steaming, but look at the other side. Veggies, that beautiful broth. And as I mentioned before, I call it Sopa Anaranjada because it's orange soup, but it's just so delicious. It's really truly a nice chicken and veggie soup. Ooh. Okay, let me take a step back. Let me go ahead and grab a little bit of that rice. Maybe a carrot. Ooh, a little piece of chicken. Beautiful. Let's see. Blow on it. But let's take that very well deserved bite. Mmm. You guys, food for the soul. Amazing. Ah, delicious. Now, let's keep in mind that we left the salt and pepper out. It really depends on how salty you might want this, but I felt like we added enough sodium, so for me, this is perfect. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on another episode of Little Tica and Big Eats. I hope that you're able to share this with your family and friends, that it brings you some comfort, and when you're feeling a little ill, maybe this might soothe your soul and your tummy. And, right after that, take a good nap. But anyways, I'll see you again on another episode of Little Tica and Big Eats. Cheers, guys! Enjoy!